Hello, everybody. Welcome to Train Sim World 2 Great Western Expressway Saturday. Today we are going to do two scenarios with the Class 101. Our first one's going to be the Traffic 101. We'll get in here and get that all set up here in a moment. And then we're going to finish off, I think it's the All Change. Let me make sure. We'll kind of look at that and then we'll get in here and get started. Yeah, the all change. So that's a 30-minute one, give or take. And then but our first one we're gonna be a late running service from we're gonna start off at Taplow and go into London or Paddington there. I think it's London Paddington if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, hopefully everybody's having a good Saturday morning, afternoon, whatever the case may be. All right, let's get in here. So we're just gonna get these done. So yeah. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the stream yesterday with the good old Clinchfield Railroad, the F7, the Fremont Ascent. Quite a challenge, but you know it is what it is. It's all good. So yeah. Okay. Looks like we're gonna go downstairs here, maybe. That one's leaving. It's just now a matter which end this end. Okay. Let's get the lights on. There we go. Now everybody can see. Okay, the engines are all on. Let's get the reverser to forward. Let's get the gear up. We're going to Reading. Or Paddington. London Paddington, not Reading. There we go. Oh, the brakes. I almost forgot about that. At least we got that on. Looks like we got a red light up here already. Alright, so... Okay, so we got another train pulling into the station in front of us. So it looks like we're gonna. The intent is to have. We're gonna be chasing a service pretty much the entire time. So we're gonna be late pretty much everywhere we go. So that's okay. It is what it is. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. So here's our 3-car 101 service. Part of the 70s diesel pack on Great Western Expressway. Came out, what was it, about a month ago or so, I think. So it's kind of like a theme thing that Dovetail Games is trying to do, something a little bit different with, you know, offer up some theme packs or something just to kind of... Alright, so that train must have left. Yep, okay. You know, just something a little bit different than what we normally would be getting. But the tricky part with this one is this notorious lap brake. Now you can do like a full application of the brake. Hey Ryan, how are you? Welcome. But if you put the lap brake on, you can kind of slow down. It's kind of tricky. That's the thing is with this particular brake system. So yeah, stopping is a bit tricky here. It's okay. It's nothing to watching the funeral procession for Prince Philip. Yeah. I'll catch up on it later today on YouTube, I'm sure. But yeah, that's the tricky part. I don't think, I mean, it's one of those things that takes practice to judge the distances and figure out when to start applying the brakes and stuff like that. So, and also you got to remember to reset your gear settings, because otherwise you're going to be stuck in, you know, you're going to try to leave the station in 4th gear, and you're not going to get anywhere really fast at all. Alright, Slough Platform 5 is next. Yeah, the brakes, I mean, it's one of those things that I think it just takes a little bit of practice to deal with, you know. Like a lot of things in this game, there's just some challenges to it, and working through those challenges. Okay, that train's there now, so... I mean, when the first time I drove this one, it was like, I couldn't quite understand it. I'm like, how am I supposed to change the gear and do this back and forth with the brake, you know, the coming off the throttle and then getting back on the throttle, and yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. So, but that's part of the charm, I think. So we got our, yeah, that's a correct station on display there. Our sharply dressed driver heading to London Paddington for a late afternoon pub visit, maybe, or something. Who knows? Maybe you'll have a pint in honor of Prince Philip. Raise a toast to him. I should have probably set up the AWS, but that's okay. We're just gonna go with what we got. And then we'll do this. It's like an evening service. Do a few stops, and then we're gonna bring it into the siding. It looks like so. But we'll try to have some fun and see how we fare at the end, and just try to have a go here at the Class 101. Yeah, what I think I'm going to do usually, because I know some people don't like to have the. Oop, I meant to put the window down. Not the. There we go. I like to have the lights on in the cab. Mainly because sometimes it's hard to see certain things. Okay, we'll put that on lap now. We might be on time on this one, though. A little bit past, but not too bad. And we were on time still, so it wasn't too bad of a stop. We didn't go flying past the end here, so that's all good. We're completely on the platform, so that's okay. I don't drink much. Gives me a horrible headache. Yeah, I've really cut back. I used to drink quite a bit years ago, and I've had to give that up as well. And so. West Drayton, platform 4. Platform 4. Yeah, I heard that they would be. Ryan, that they would be sitting next to each other, and that's unfortunate. I knew what you meant. Yeah, that's unfortunate though that they can't get along there at the funeral. I mean, I guess that's just. Sometimes that's what happens at funerals, unfortunately. But this is on the world stage, essentially, and yeah. But siblings are siblings, and you're never going to see eye to eye on things, and it is what it is. So West Drayton. Okay, let's go to Year 4. It's almost like it's expecting us. I mean, 4.5 miles and we're. Oh, okay. I see what's happening. All right, let's get off the throttle here because I think. Yeah, we're going to catch up to that other train here very quickly. It's just stopped at that station there, so we're going to hit a red light, I think, after this yellow. So we're going to go ahead and get on the brakes and start slowing down because we don't want any surprises. We'll just kind of coast to. Well, that's like me one way. Yeah, I've been, and I've been to family funerals before where it's people won't talk to each other, look at each other, or whatever, and it's just. I would think in a case for like today, you would want to have some kind of, you know, put aside the differences sort of thing, and get along for the sake, because I mean the media is going to pick that apart. I'm sure they already have in lead up to today. Um, so yeah. All right, that train is cleared out, so we're going to continue on. And what I can do, let's go back down to gear 3. Yeah. Interesting that we're now running into a red again, because I mean the train is cleared out. Not going like super fast. Trying to keep up with things because we would like to try to remain on time if at all possible. Let's see. All right, so yeah, we got a red coming up again. Drugs and alcohol and tattoos, she's just not for me. Yeah. I can completely understand. And I'm pretty sure you will get a gold medal. Yeah, I think so, but it's hard to tell. That's one of the things I have kind of learned about this game is you think that you've done pretty much everything correctly, right? And surprisingly, you get like a bronze or a silver, and you're thinking, oh, I thought I did enough to get a gold. You know. Let's get this all the way to selector 1. Oh, we're not going downhill. It's just picking up on its own. You know, we're just kind of coast here a little bit. Yeah, there's times where I'm like, oh yeah, it'll be a gold, and you get a silver. Now, part of that is I think the way that they have the have things set up that you know, you're like, I hit all my markers. Well, you're not over 5 minutes late. Your stopping is good, so you should be fine. Yeah, and that's the thing about this game, though, too, is that you think, oh, you know, okay, everything's gonna be fine. Everything will work out because we got this, that, and the other. We're hitting our marks and whatnot. And come on. Wow, he's taking forever at that station. And the bad part is, once that one leaves, Drayton is right there, so, and it's going to stop at that station as well. So yeah, as long as we keep moving a little bit forward, I think we'll be okay. Alright, that one's finally leaving, so we should get a yellow now here any moment. We can start to kind of catch up a little bit more. Don't want to speed up too much. Don't want to don't want to go rushing at a red light and blow it. I getting stuck behind it. Yeah, that does seem to be kind of one of those things that they like to do here on the game, which I guess it's a bit like real life. You know, you would expect that you would get stuck behind a train and all that. All right, so that one's going. So we're not going too terribly fast. Come on. Give us the yellow. And 25 is not... Okay, there we go. I get and his note being put in the 2 month now being okay. And then the cameras will go outside. I'm guessing that's at Westminster Abbey there, Ryan? Is that what you're talking about? Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I can't imagine. I've done military funerals before, and that's the closest I would imagine how his funeral today is being held is almost like in a military funeral kind of way, because he did serve in the military. I know William and Harry both did, but the amount of I guess I call it pomp and circumstance surrounding the whole thing, like all the inspections that were done, they're now in the private part of the okay. uh the Royal Guard and everybody, like all the stuff, the hoops that were probably jumped through for today. I nothing against the prince and everything, but I'm glad I'm not part of that anymore, because it's just it's like so stressful. Everything you do is watched to an nth degree. Every little movement you make, your medals, everybody's looking at your stuff. Yeah, I'm a bit thankful I don't have to deal with that stuff anymore, because it's so stressful, you know. Every little detail is poured over. Yeah, it's the Royal Guard and everything else. Yeah. uh, I did do some military funerals when I was in Kansas, when I was stationed out there years ago, and it's a very sad affair. We just did the folding of the flag and the presentation to we folded it up and passed it on to somebody who presented it to the family member, and we also had the gun salute. That was our part of it. Everything else was an effort by the veterans of foreign wars. They brought their bugler, and it was difficult. Like the poor bugler just hit every note of taps wrong, just about. Not that he meant to. It was just, yeah. It made it all the more sad, because it was just, yeah. Like we were so That was like the first one I'd ever done. I could have never been able to carry coffin too much put on you. Yeah. Well, so we didn't do that part. It was just more of we were there for to fold the flag and render the proper honors and all that. The family members had taken care of the coffin carrying part. Um, but yeah, it was really difficult. Like we left there and we were just like in a bit of shock. How because we were driving out there. We were just I don't want to say we were happy, but we were just like, okay, we'll go out here and do our duty, and we'll head back. And like nobody's hardly said a word on the way back to Fort Riley. uh yeah, it was just that, like, it was emotionally draining, and I never thought about it that way, because you only think about the impact on the family. But for us it was emotionally draining because it was just, there was a lot going on that we didn't anticipate, like the bugler not playing taps, like, not in not that he did it incorrectly. It was just the sour notes, and it was just like it made the moment even all the more somber kind of feeling. uh, yeah, it was very strange. But yeah, to put our mind at ease afterwards, when we got back and we were off for the rest of the day, and we ended up going fishing at one of the lakes nearby. And that kind of, it did help kind of put things into perspective in a way. uh, Something simple like going fishing. Waiting for his wife to join him. Yeah. I can't imagine. She must be really brokenhearted to somebody you share that long of a life with and you're gone. Oh, look at this stop. Nice. All right. Not perfect, but pretty darn close to like a glove. Yeah. So yeah, we went fishing for the rest of the day, and that did kind of help, you know, uh, in a way, I think, for our own mental health, I guess, or something. I don't know, but yeah, it was a crazy situation, and we did another one like a week or two later, and that one went a little bit better. Not that you want a funeral to go well, but at least this one wasn't. Uh, Things were done. There was not the sad note of the of taps by a bugler who tried, and just it wasn't working for whatever reason. It is what it is. All right, so here we're going to Hayes and Harlington, platform 4. I think we're kind of almost halfway. Yeah, we're almost halfway to our destination, because Paddington's there, so we should pull in. I'm guessing here. I don't think it'd be over there. It should be here, but we'll see. So the next station looks like it's just right. I'm guessing it's right there, but I don't know if that's our stop. Oh, we'll get the door shut. Think I like what I done with my granddad, not funeral or anything, just to get together to share his life and everything, and get his ashes and put them to sea. Yeah, yeah, I think sometimes that's just as simple as well. I think that's kind of what my mom did for my grandfather. Although there was honors rendered to him because he was a veteran as well. Uh, I think she still has the flag. No, well, she probably got it because my grandmother was still alive then, so I think she's got the flag. now because my grandmother had passed on a few years later. So, all right, 2.3 miles. So we'll see where we're at on the. If I was correct, if the next station is just right. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I never thought about like what would I want for my funeral or anything like that. I guess I don't know. I mean, it's pretty telling too when you're 20 years old and you're 20, 21 years old and you have to get a will of testament for what last will and testament for what you want to happen to your things. You know, I never thought about that until I was getting ready to go over the Gulf War in '91, and they were like, "Well, do you have a will?" And I'm like, "No," because I'm thinking, I just want to be cremated, put to sea with my granddad, dad, and mom and stepdad. Yeah. Uh, I always assumed when you talk about a last will and testament, that's something that older people start to think about when they're getting up there in the years. I never thought about it because I'm like, why would I never need to think about a last will and testament? And yeah, we had to fill one out. Wow, never would have thought about that. Um, yeah. Hayes and Harlington, platform 4. So it looks like we should be on time for that one because the other train has since departed. So I think I'm kind of hoping. Okay, yeah, it's zipping along there pretty good now. So the next stop will be there. So probably by the time we get into this station and pull in and get the doors open, I did it for work being a bus driver. Yeah. I mean, if you have a lot of property or things that are important to you and you want things to go to certain people, obviously it's a good idea. I just never expected to ever think about it, until, I thought I'd be much older, married, and, you know, uh, all those sorts of things. But when they say, oh, you got to have a will, I do. Why? Well, because, you do, whether you realize it or not, you have things, and people are going to want to know what if there's certain things you want to go to people, you need to put that down, because otherwise it's going to be like, everybody's going to be fussing over some stuff, and that's not good either. Ooh. Wow. That really... Okay. Wow, we got here super early. We stopped pretty short. Like, way short. Oh well. Here, they're just things I don't care what happens to them. See, and here in America, and I don't know if it's the same way in the UK. If you have property and you don't put a will and testament down, then somebody else is going to make that decision, or it's going to go to the state basically, or the government, and the government's going to do whatever they want with it. So if you don't say anything to anybody, then they're going to assume that you don't care about the about the stuff. Uh, so yeah, hearing. Oh, well, yeah, I would imagine they're going to speak just for the cameras, just to make it appear at least that they're they put aside their differences for a moment to be able to talk, and that's about it. Um, yeah. All right, so we're gonna be here for a short minute. So this is one of those stations. You can go up. I think you can go up here to a point. No, maybe not. Hmm. I remember this station though. When I was hunting for all the collectibles and whatnot. This okay, yeah. Here's the stairwell you go over, and that takes you to that one, and over here will take you down to that side. So yeah. This is the one that's got those weird. It's like a baton thing that you got to find, and that was really difficult because they kind of blend in, especially like if they're on a like one of these benches. It's kind of dark in color on top of the bench, and it's easy to walk right by it. And then you go, of course, got the standard map. I'm trying to think what else was there. I forget now. I just remember finding those batons. It was a pain in the butt. Oh, I think I remember now. These little signs, the warning to keep back from the platform edge. You had to put some of those up. And I forget what else. Maybe it was lights or something. I don't know. Alright, so let's see where. Okay, so there's that station. Okay, that train has left that one, so we should be okay. I leave my money to my family and all that, but anything else, it's not much. So whatever it happens, you can't take it with. Yeah, that's true. That is true. So South Hall, Hanwell, West Ealing, Ealing Broadway, Acton Main Line, London Paddington, Platform 13. Okay. So I'm guessing this train will be stopping at this station. So I kind of feel like we're going to be doing a bunch of stops the rest of the way, but I think we're going to be okay on time because we should. So platform 13. I can't remember which way these are set up. Maybe it's going to be way over here, or maybe it's going to be over here. I can't remember how. Yeah, I mean, and that's a difficult thing when you're young to think about, money, things like that. If you got a life insurance policy, who's going to get that money? When you're 20 something years old and people are asking you these questions, it's like, I never expected to have to think about this right now. So, yeah. I do like these Class 101s. I mean, they do have a bit of kind of nice. I mean, there's no first class or anything like that, but they're not I don't think they're ugly. They're just a bit of a challenge to drive, but other than that, it's not too terribly bad. I mean, I guess it would be kind of like riding any of the other passenger services here in America. All right. Here we go. I'm 25 and just have the basics covered. Yeah. Just make sure I'm definitely dead before I get cremated. I don't fancy get a hot flush. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. right, South Hall is right there. So we should be good to go. I think we're pretty much back on track on time. We're going to be kind of getting there a little bit early each time. It seems like we're going to have to sit and wait, which is okay. I'd rather be a little bit early and have to wait, and then, move on from there. So, yeah, that's not too bad. Now, see, I think in real life, the driver can pull that cover down, kind of like a blind, so that the passengers can't look in and harass the driver or whatever. This cover here. But yeah, so we're fast approaching. Pretty soon we'll be in. That's what we got left, basically, from here over to here. So we're making our way. It said take about an hour to do. Not like 10 minutes or like 5 minutes. I'm a bus driver and I like being late. I don't have to wait much. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess, like here, I don't know how it is here for the buses as far as the being on time as far as the kids going to school. I would imagine they do have to keep to a certain schedule, because if not, then the kids are going to be late, and then that just, so I think they prefer them to be a little bit early. I don't remember how it was when I went to school and took the bus. They did make certain allowances, I think, so that everybody had time to get there if you were taking the bus. But if the bus was habitually late, then I guess the school district would just fire that driver for I guess for negligence, maybe, or bad job performance, or I don't know. Okay, well, I guess wow. Stopped way short on that one too. Yeah, I'm guessing there is some allowances, but if the bus driver is just habitually late, even by a couple minutes, if it's an ongoing thing, then they'll be like, yeah, you're gone. So the stop was really right here, where this sign is, right there. We stopped a little bit short, but that's okay. I'm not going to stress about it. We're here to have some fun. The route too, I do. It's a 30-minute run around for it back to the bus station again. So I leave 5 minutes late, so you don't have to keep waiting as long for the next go around. Oh, okay. Well, I guess if your boss is okay with that, then go for it. Yeah, I don't. I took the bus to. The only time I ever took the bus to school was for junior high, because the junior high or middle school was all the way on the other side of town, and I've walked before for to and from school, but especially from school more than to. Yeah, it was quite a hike. It was probably. I'd have to look up how many miles it is. It seemed like it was a lot more. Of course, when you're younger, everything seems like a huge distance. But when you actually look at how far it was, I'm guessing maybe 10 miles, maybe less, maybe more. I don't know. It's hard to say. I have to look it up. All right. Headwell Platform 3 is next. That's just right there. So we should be okay for time as well on that one. Yeah. So, maps. All right. Let's see here. So we should be on time for this one as well. Okay, walking, it is... Oh, it's only 3.2 miles. It seemed like a lot farther. Quite honestly, it really did. I thought it was like 5 or 10 or 15. Like, I thought it was quite a bit. Ooh, uh-oh. Only 3.2 miles. It seemed a lot farther than that. Of course, when you're, like I said, when you're younger, you think, I mean, a mile's like forever. So 3.2 miles, that's not too bad, really, in the bigger scheme of things. Of course, there's no, like, direct shot. It's not like there's one street you can walk on and... Alright, so we're on time here. Wow, we're away all the way to 14:48. Okay. Yeah, 3.2 miles. And I walked that. There was one time I walked it. It was on my birthday. We left school late because I missed the bus because one of my classmates was just being a royal pain in the butt to the teacher. And so the teacher basically, it was like the whole mass punishment thing that I never liked in the military. I got my first taste in middle school of that. I had a math teacher, last class of the day, and I was shown the route the other day, so I know where to go. The 311 route next week, I'm definitely leaving 20 minutes before that time as I meant to set off to get the first pickup point so I don't run so late. Yeah. Uh, yeah, so anyway, math class and uh, one of my fellow students basically was just giving the teacher the run for his money and was mouthing off basically and just acting up. And, all right, here we go. So the teacher was like, well, one way, so 4 miles in one day, I do about 200 miles in bus routes. Nice. Um, yeah, he's like, okay, well, if so and so is going to act up, then nobody's going to be able to leave. It was like they were the teacher was basically trying to get everybody to uh, do a bit of peer pressure to get the other student to uh, kind of fall in line with the class and all that. It did work, obviously. So, we were kind of caught in the middle of their little student-teacher dispute, and everybody else. So I missed the bus like by a minute and a half. Like, I ran out, and just as I ran out, I'm well traveled. Yeah, you are, Ryan. Just as I ran out to try to catch the bus was pulling off, and so it was my birthday. I was pissed. It's your birthday. You don't want to be, and that's the only bus. It's not like they're going to come back. There's one bus, and once that bus leaves, there's no coming back around. So I was like, well, I guess I'm going to have to do this, and so I just set off walking, and I was heated the whole way. I won't lie. I was pissed. So I got basically started walking and just made my way home and got home, and it started raining. That was like the worst part out of everything. It started raining as I'm walking home. There we go. This is a little bit better stop. And so I was heated. So I got home, had to get out all my wet clothes, and yeah, I was pissed. Of all the things that have happened on your birthday, and I always, whenever it's my birthday, I always think about that, and that's always the benchmark for the worst birthday ever. So I mean, I've had some doozies, trust me, but yeah. Once the doors close and we have the indicator going to set off from the stop, we just can't pull back into this. Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember that teacher's name. I dislike the teacher so much that I can't even remember who the teacher was. Yeah, it was an insane situation overall, to be honest. All right. So we'll get out of here in a moment. All right. I will be right back. Okay, Ryan. Well, thanks for stopping in, and I'm gonna get on my way here. Just had to go grab some water real quick. I'm starting to feel I think the effects of the COVID jab that I got the other day, starting to get that little aches and pains, kind of like I'm coming down with a cold. So yeah, I may just cut things short after this service. I may call it a day, just so I can take care of myself. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, when I got up, I was like, oh yeah, I'm starting to feel the kind of like I'm getting a cold. Yeah, I'm starting to. They said it would probably be happen the next day after. So we'll see. All right. Yielding Broadway Platform 4. Have fun with it. My arm was the worst for 4 days. The side effects went in 2 days. Yeah, I've got a little bit of soreness in my arm. It's not too terribly bad, to be honest. Um, it's just I'm starting to get the aches and pains of like I'm coming down with the cold, and that muscle. You get that aches in your muscles and all that, and you're just like, eh. You just don't want to be bothered with anything. So we still got there on time. Yeah, I mean, I don't really think. I mean, the brakes are a bit crazy. I will admit that, but I think that it's more of, if you practice with this, eventually you're going to kind of get a system together as far as stopping with the Class 101. I don't think it's just practice is all. I think nothing more, nothing less. All right, so we should be getting out of here on time. Acton Main Line Platform 4 will be after this, which should be right there. Of course, they're taking their time getting on the train. There we go. Let's see if I was right. Yeah, right there. Okay. It's not bad. Your arm just painful to sleep. Yeah, exactly. It did kind of wake me up a few times last night when I rolled over on my left side, because I got it on my left arm. Uh, so yeah, that was the only thing. So I'm gonna put a. I think I'll put my PJs back on and grab a blanket and kick up the recliner here and just take it easy and drink lots of water and take some Tylenol. I mean, if I fall asleep, I fall asleep. Yeah, I'm right arm dominant, so I figured I'd get it in my left arm. so we are just about done. We got one more stop after this, so I think we're going to be okay going into London Paddington. Yeah, I think we're going to be fine. There we go. That's not too terribly bad. Yeah, it's just practice. That's the only thing I can think of. It's getting used to the your stop, hitting your deciding when you're going to start braking and things like that. Yeah. Well, that's weird. I hear like an ambulance or like a siren in the game. No flashing lights though. Alright, so we should be leaving here on time as well. Oh, no, maybe not. I thought we were leaving now. Oops, a daisy. We still got another minute. Oops. Good thing that light was green. Not that any further and I could have ended up running a light incidentally, so yeah, I misread the time. I thought we had... Wow. Almost had an oopsie. Alright, let's get off this break now. Now we're good to go. Alright, let's go. That's the other tricky thing about this. If you miss your shifts, it's a bit of a challenge, but that's all right. Yeah, I think we'll end this. We'll end after we get to London Paddington platform 13, which is going to be right over there. It's our destination today. Yeah, I think I'm going to just kind of take it easy. But I'll put this up on YouTube uh, later today sometime. But it's been fun. I've, it's got its quirks, but I've enjoyed driving the 101. It's got its challenges, quirks, whatever you want to call them. But it's not, it's not too terribly bad overall. It just takes a little bit of practice, and I mean, I don't know how long it would take essentially to get to a point where you could nail your stops on a regular basis. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, overall, I think it's been a nice little trip here on the 101 on the Great Western Expressway with the diesel pack. I'd really like to see them do another thing like this. I think it was a good idea. There were a few challenges when it first came out. Not I mean there's always going to be challenges with anything, but I think they did a pretty good job overall. I've enjoyed it. It does add a whole nother dimension to Great Western Expressway. It's kind of revitalized a route that many people probably hadn't played in a while, especially as newer stuff was coming out. Yeah, so Alright, so I think we should still be arriving here on time. We'll go ahead and put a little bit of brake on. We definitely don't want to cause a derailment here coming into the station, and if we go past our there we go. Perfect stop. We made it on time too. So yeah, I think we'll be ending up after we're done here. And we have to wait all the way to 9:05. 9 minutes after 3 and 5 seconds, and then we can shut the doors. Wow. That's insane. Normally, you let everybody off and the thing fills up and bam, you can shut the doors and you're done. We'll wait all that time though just to see. We'll put our passengers in the dark. There we go. Shut down the train for the next driver. Okay, what do we got to do here? It'll tell us, I think. Neutral. There we go. Reverser to off. And then the key. There we go. Yeah, we got a gold. Hey, us. All right. 22.27 miles, just a little over an hour, almost an hour and 10 minutes. We'll round it up and say an hour 10. So, there we go. So, yeah, wasn't too bad. I enjoyed that. So, yeah, I will see you guys next time. I'm going to get out of here and go to chill mode and just relax and try to rest and let my body do its thing. So, I will see you guys.